716. Let's go.
It's Big Frank in the morning, Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air, Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it here. Hey.
Fire 716, your boy Big Frank. You're locked into Big Frank. And can you smell what the rocket Good morning. Good morning.
We love you, Rock.
Good morning. You're like in the Big Frank in the morning. My homegirl, G-Money Mathis in the building. Jay Cherie.
In the building.
What it is, what's up? I don't know why. I don't know why. That's what it felt like. WrestleMania.
We used to watch that all the time.
Yeah, I think I passed out of wrestling when Booker T became King Booker, and I was just like, don't do it for black men.
When I realized that wrestling was fake, right. That's when I stopped watching it.
When they went from WWF to WWE, that's when I was like, I'm done.
I'm
done. Like, don't take a classic and ruin it. You ruin it.
No back.
The only black man I know.
It's gone.
Stone Cold was my guy. Stone Cold was. Set it up. I was in the projects, kicking people in their stomachs and hitting them with
So much violence.
Oh my god.
So many people with that problem right now.
Why you always kicking me in my stomach, hitting me with the center? That's the move right now.
That's
Okay?
the move. Well, it's the middle of the week, so my brain is. Yeah, no, it's on autopilot until about Friday, and then my brain starts working again.
Yeah. Jay Cherie, how you feeling today? What's going on in your world?
The price went up. I promise you, the price went up another $10. I am sick of school. Like, for 3 seconds, I thought I was gonna go for a doctor. The only reason why I thought that is because I was like, Hamilton style. I want to be in the room where it happens. In some places with mental health, you can't be on certain boards and platforms without a doctorate. As a continuous master, forget it. God just going to favor me in these rooms. I do not want to go back to school. I hate school so much. Like,
You gotta do a thesis?
For your thesis, you do. For my master's degree program, before my institution decided to close, I would have had to do an advocacy project, which I would have loved to do. I don't know what I'm walking into with Canisius coming into the fall. I'm hoping that it's not like a 50-page thesis, because I may have to just go on and transfer to Niagara my last.
50 pages?
Oh yeah, that's light work. That's light work for a thesis.
How much is a thesis?
A thesis can go from 100 to 300 pages.
So they want you to write a book.
Pretty much, yeah.
See, but the thing about it is that, because how I know for most people that get doctors, their thought process is that once you become a doctor, doctors write books. So it's like, well, you write a book on this specific thing about your experience or whatever you
My
learned.
experience is a plus size.
As a doctor, you know what I'm saying? But then, I don't think a thesis is as bad. I really used to hate writing papers in general. But like as I got older, now because I went out to college, I hated it again. But I am better now because I understand how research works now. So like, as long as there's enough research to talk about something, I can write about it. It's just for things that either repeat itself 18 million times, or like it's only this much about it. Then it's like, oh, you want me to stretch this into how many pages?
Yeah. But no, for your thesis, most of the time, for your doctorate, it's published.
Okay.
For your
Do you pay
master.
for it?
No.
You pay for it.
You pay for it by doing your thesis and then graduate.
Think about this from a different point of view.
Hey Blair, how you doing?
Why would I pay to write 100 pages for you?
Or somebody else to read to be like, you know what, this is a good work, and I'm gonna cite this later.
And then you have to defend it, which is the best part. You have to defend your findings and your studies. So like for a second, I was like, I may just go for my doctorate, knock out this last one after my master's.
All I gotta do is write one paper.
I'm not.
I do it.
I am not. What I'm going to do is donate a lot of money to a bunch of schools
There you go.
and get it honorary doctorate.
That's it.
No, like, but no. If God tells me to go back, I will. But at the same time, the prices of counseling has gone up. So that's pretty much my.
Yeah, that's a lot. I was quiet the whole time because I just, I barely write for the Lord. Who do you think you are?
I don't know, because I feel like if I was in college right now, I already know how to use the AI and the chat GPT. And I used to be a master at finding them things in school and just flip it and reverse it. The dog walked over to the
But the colleges now are very much aware of AI and the technology, so you will get kicked out.
The problem with AI is that it can generate the same information if you ask the simple questions. So your detail,
you have to be very detailed, and you have to ask it to ask it to rephrase. It has to get to know you, so it knows your writing style. You can have it rephrase it in your writing style.
Let's pause there. Let's. Hello, Jad. I'm Frank. How are you? I'm good. I'm a black male. I'm 6'5", and I live alone. Greetings. Well,
no, that's serious. I'm not joking. The more information that you put in, the more it can tailor its response.
I write without punctuation. I
sent you a whole paragraph.
I am not teaching anything to write that.
I mean, it's definitely one of those things that you either you would like to do something like this or you don't. You don't want to put yourself in that, but
I pay too much money to
put myself in jeopardy.
to put myself in jeopardy of not graduating.
Well,
so,
that's true.
yeah,
I guess
no.
I didn't think about that.
I think it's also, and I think this is where the uniqueness has to come, because like I said, if you're doing general, but if your area of study isn't identical to somebody else's, you got to import different information to assist you. I think you got to reword it. Like, I think that the AI and having the oil of God just to deliver a mighty word. I just believe you can. I believe that the information that is produced.
Well, the Bible been up for how long?
For how long? Valid.
And it's like, come on now. Unless God dropped it in your spirit, how much more deeper are you going to get than everybody else? It's
the same people we serve.
The word is just on time. That's
just on time. Valid.
To be honest, the best King Solomon probably worded everything the best.
No.
Very simple. Because it's the best way to understand something.
Nah, Solomon just came out and was like, look,
nothing
matters.
Vanity.
Nothing but God.
Everything matters, but nothing matters.
Right,
nothing matters but Jesus.
Life is amazing.
Everything else, trash. Jesus, only thing. He's like, only God.
I tried this, I tried that, I tried this. Don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Just God. Got
it. Listen, y'all, go down this morning when we get back. You ready to get into I got it. Big Girl Chronicles, right on 5716, Big Frank in the morning. We'll be right back.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dante Miles, aka D Belly, aka your city councilman. I'm here at Fire 716 Radio, and I'm asking you to tune in on Thursdays at 11 on our show, The Vault. We're going to be having some conversations that's super relevant, but very important. And sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app. See you then.
I'm Rachel Stewart Johnson, the author of Shackled That Had Me Bound, owner of Beautiful Boss LLC, an advocate for abuse victims. At Beautiful Boss is where we take beauty personally, where we empower people and encourage them to be the beautiful boss they were created to be. Join the conversation with me every Thursday at 1 p.m. on Fire 716 Radio.
This is DMP Speaks coming to you. I am a board certified Christian counselor. I'm also a life coach. I am a family restoration specialist. I help build, rebuild, and grow your family. Maybe you're having some communication problems. Maybe you guys are just yelling and screaming and you guys are just not getting along. And if you want access to me for your 30-minute consultation call, follow me on all my social media platforms. TikTok, Facebook at DMP Speaks. And if you go to YouTube and Instagram, it's at I am DMP Speaks. Download Fire 716 and click the link.
Watch out for the big girl. Watch out for the big girl.
Big Girl Chronicles. Beautiful, intelligent, and graceful.
What's good, everybody? You already know what time it is. It is Big Girl Chronicles, and on this kind of getting warmer day, it's still a little chilly in Western New York. Kind of mad because it's June. I'm gonna be honest, but the Lord does all things well. Anyway, I want to talk about you are not as damaged as you think you are. So let me explain this story for all my followers out here. Let me tell y'all. Yesterday, I was trying to be diligent. And on top of doing schoolwork, I was trying to do some laundry. Walked out of my door into my hallway, slid and fell on a shirt. And landed. And then the first thing in my mind was, oh my God, I need to go to the hospital. But when I actually was like getting up, I was perfectly fine. And it caused me to really think about how sometimes we feel like we're more damaged than we are, because I have been babying my leg for a very long time and trying to make sure that nothing happens to it because of my last injuries. But I really found out that my leg is actually not as bad as it was, and is not as damaged as I thought it was. And how often do we go through life thinking that we're more damaged than we actually are? And it takes a situation of us maybe even falling down a little bit to find out that we do have the capability of getting up. Yes, did I get up and found a bruise? Absolutely. But I also found out that I was not as damaged as I thought I was. I was not in such a dire strait as I thought I was. The panic that I always had about falling and re-injuring myself automatically went away because I realized I am not as damaged as I thought I was. And we have been sometimes carrying around this false sense of feelings that we are damaged and we're beyond repair, and that we have to baby these things, we have to nurture these things, and we have to hold on to these things, because we're afraid that if one bad slip happens that we're going to be able to fall apart. Where actuality, when we fall, we realize that we've actually been fully restored and we no longer have to live in those damaged places. So in this edition of Big Girl Chronicles, I really want to admonish you and let you know that you are not as damaged as you think you are. You do have the ability to bounce back. Yes, there may be a bruise. Yes, there may be a scar, but that does not mean that you are fully damaged and that you are not repairable. If nothing else that I learned in my spill yesterday was, as quick as I felt, I was able to get back up again. And so can you, because you're beautiful, you're intelligent, and you're graceful. You're big people. This is your edition of Big Girl Chronicles.
It's funny, Daniel, you started singing that song. I'm like, that's how you know we all went to church. Because all I can think is, get back up again, get back up again. They wore that song out at church.
Oh, when I tell you, I have a natural hatred for some Donnie McClurkin songs in my life.
But
But
there's other Donnie McClurkin songs are so funny to me. You know, Lord, you promise. I will laugh every time it starts. Every time it starts, I will laugh. Okay.
But no, I agree. I feel like sometimes it's easier to be like, woe is me, than to just be like, okay, maybe I'm just lazy. Maybe I just like, no, I'm being so serious. Yeah, like, you know, maybe it's just this, or maybe it's just something simple. But it is easy to be like, when I was 3, this thing happened, and then when I was 6, this thing happened, and when I was 10, this thing happened, and now I'm 29.
I can't trust nobody.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, yes. And so it's just like, you know, because realistically, those things still affect you.
Yeah.
But at some point, you have to make a choice whether you're going to let it control your life, or you are going to control your life.
Yeah. How much power you gonna give it?
As my wife would say, she always say I'm the king of excuses, and I am. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? I can make an excuse for anything. You know, why I don't want to go to work, why I don't want to do this, why I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? But just like with anything, you know what I mean? Eventually, you gotta take accountability. For yourself. As an adult, and I know I've said this on my show, I said this on this show. Eventually, you can't lean on your trauma, because eventually, as an adult, you have to be accountable for your actions.
For sure.
So, in that same vein of, you know, me making excuses, you know, I gotta take accountability for those excuses too. Like, you know, those not really excuses. I just don't want to do it.
I just don't want to do it.
You don't want to do it, then Dale, you're right.
Yeah, yesterday I was driving home and my wife, I had to do an Instacart order, and she was like, "Oh, you got the other car?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "You know what? I don't feel like going to no stores. So whatever request you about to make after this, I don't feel like going into any stores. That was just me being honest. No excuses. Not because I'm tired. It's just, I don't want to go into any stores. So whatever you about to do it on Instagram. 'Cause I don't feel like going. I think this is the matter of being honest. But you realize, but just to attest to what the apostle Jay Cherie has stated,
Come on, talk.
the doctor, the apostle,
Doctor.
okay, doctor, Ira doctor, has stated that sometimes you have to identify like really what it is. Like stop making excuses. Like you know what? No, it's really because of this, not that. It ain't that bad. Keep calm. And that it's not that bad. Like we don't care about your emotions, your feelings, your pain, but it's like it's not that this time.
Because I was legit scared, like especially because I was in a place I did, like I dropped my cell phone when I fell, so I was like, if I have to call, how am I gonna get there? Like, it was a scary situation. But when I was able, and I went into a split hard, like a half knee bent back, first leg to like straight. Like I was so scared that this 40-year-old body was like gonna just shut down on me, like we're done. But like I just literally I was like, I'm gonna just get up. And when I was able to just get up and walk, it was like everything my physical therapist was telling me, like, just trust your leg. Like know that, you did the work and it's not gonna give out on you. And it really took that situation for me to believe in. Do I still suffer with knee pain? Absolutely. Yeah. But like the fear of if I fall is gone.
Right.
And so it applied to more areas of my life than one. Like if I fall, it's okay. Yeah. Like if I mess up,
it's okay.
Like it's gonna be okay. Like if like no, I'm serious. Like it really was just like, okay, yeah, like you maybe mess it, like even if you mess up with school, like it's gonna be okay because you're gonna like get back up. And it's so
It's gonna be
that all that fear that was connected to one area kind of just hit the other areas. Like it's okay if you fall a little bit. Like
that's gonna be a song.
But no, I mean, you are aggravated.
It's okay.
For my TikTok followers, he's out here playing a fake organ.
I should get some. I should get some keys. Just
Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay. It's really okay to fall.
You know,
okay.
It's okay.
I personally feel like it's hard because you have this idea in your mind, like if I fail this, everything's gonna go wrong. If I don't do this perfectly, nobody's gonna want this. Like you dramatize it so much that you get to the point where it's like,
spitting right now.
Because I feel this in my personal life. You know what I'm saying?
I have an issue with perfectionism.
It's
same.
Yeah,
and
because
somebody told, and Sister Paula tells me this all the time. All right, she was like, perfectionists, they always start late. Perfectionists never get to their destination on time because they are too busy trying to be perfect instead of working on getting to the destination.
Yeah. Because in your mind, like, especially if, again, there's only a little bit that you can say, trying to hold on to the past, but when you constantly have people making you feel like what you're doing is not good enough, and whatever effort you put into stuff, it's just that 5% not good enough. Yeah. It's this 2% not good enough. 10% is just not good enough.
99
won't do. I want to welcome you out to Diaz in the morning show. Held it down. No, good.
So it's just like, so after a certain point, you think to yourself, like, it has to be 100% every time. Because if it's not 100%, it's not good enough. And that mindset is extremely hard to break. Like
it'll hold you up.
Yeah. It's still holding me up.
No violence.
As Elder Hamilton would say, it's so strong.
Yeah,
it is a struggle for sure.
It'll hold you up and you'll miss the opportunity. And you won't learn how to use what you got.
Yes.
Because you won't realize that you already have enough. Because you're trying to wait for this perfect time frame, this perfect everything. And you're doing yourself a disservice and you'll get left.
Can I just add to that? So during the pandemic, that was like one of the biggest issues. Like that, I'm still working past that issue. Period. Like even in photography and all that stuff, I'm better.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, this is good enough, and I'm trying to reaffirm myself. But like during the pandemic, I was trying to do basically what I'm doing now with my artwork and stuff like that. But I was going so hard in the paint. I mean, hours, like a job, every day doing research on Black art, finding stuff, and I was just like, no, I need more. I don't have enough. I need more.
Yeah.
And it just got to the point where my family's like, Deaja, like
You don't drop this.
you
right
don't,
now.
you don't need it. Like they were getting pissed at me. Like they were like, you just keep doing this. You think you need this. You think you need that. Just do it, my girl. But just do it.
No, valid.
So, yeah.
And that's just where you are. And that's just where you are. And guys, like if you really just move in what I'm trying to get you to, like just move in it.
Yeah.
One thing I say all the time is we walk through the valley. We don't stop in the valley. We don't wait for the sun to be proper. You don't wait for the air to be non-smoky. You don't wait for the situation to be so, oh, this is the right time for me to move. No, God says move. Move when I say move, go. And you have enough. And you develop as they win. As you go, you evolve and you grow and you get there. But if you're always trying to perfect and you're trying to wait and you're waiting for the background to be proper, you're waiting for the scene to look right, you're waiting for this and that, you'll never do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
And then you be talking about, oh, my life was miserable, I was unsatisfied, because you're not doing what you got to do. The song says, do it. Do it. Do it till you're satisfied. Whatever it is. Just do it.
You ever, randomness. You ever look at somebody's face and thought they had a nose ring and they don't? I was looking at Deaja like, where's her nose ring? She has never had
person
one.
that said that to me, which is
I was like, wait a minute, where's her nose ring? She don't even have a hole, y'all. Like, I'm just like,
I'm not even joking. You are literally the third person that said this. Like, what happened to your nose ring? And I'm like, bro, I never had a nose ring. I used to use the filter, and I had a fake one, but I never had it here. Type of situation.
Well, something is coming.
But yeah, no, that's okay.
Really random, y'all. But
what you said though, that's how I was feeling a little bit this morning. I'm like, my goodness, my life feels like an endless circle of the same, and I'm like, what am I not doing?
I'm not
right. And then every single time I say, Lord, what am I doing wrong? He gives me a
script.
List. He gives me a script.
I've been praying for the Powerball for 10 years. I have one question and you show up right away.
Yeah, like, because motion is working what you have. Yeah. And like really, I've given. I was talking to probably everybody. I keep talking, but it's like you, Frank. You really have. You're doing your part. You have it. But I need you to do the next part and move and relinquish responsibility to other people. You got the building, you got the lights, you got the cameras, you got the space, you got set people up. And we talked about Solomon earlier this week, but King Solomon didn't. This is not lazy. This is not crazy. He ain't do nothing but right, okay, and gave instructions. No. Provision was made for him already, but I called on y'all, get this goal, do this. He just gave instructions of
that spirit of management.
Because my biggest issue is
wisdom.
The reason why it takes me so long to do homework is because I am a perfectionist. So
you understand the struggle.
I do understand the struggle of being a perfectionist, and plus, I was always told I would never be able to do it. And so, like, and it's not even like I'm doing this to prove people wrong. It's to prove myself right.
Right.
And so, like, now, oh, bless your heart, I can't let you in. Like now, just really getting to the place where I'm like, I get it. But that's Big Girl Chronicles. I guess we get into the question of the day.
Well, first, 716, we'll be back. We'll be back with the question of the day. It's going down. Fire 716, Big Frank in the morning.
No, I guess we can.
I'm Rachel Stewart Johnson, the author of Shackled That Had Me Bound, owner of Beautiful Boss LLC, an advocate for abuse victims. At Beautiful Boss is where we take beauty personally, where we empower people and encourage them to be the beautiful boss they were created to be. Join the conversation with me every Thursday at 1 p.m. on Fire 716 Radio.
Today's teenager is tomorrow's potential regular customer. That's what the tobacco industry said about us. But what does it say about them? That they'll do anything to recruit new smokers. Like using menthol flavors to make products smoother and better tasting, so they're easier to start and harder to quit. In other words, menthol is not just a flavor. It's a way for big tobacco to attract and addict us. And there's nothing just about it. Take action at notjustmenthol.org.
Frank, you're locked in the Big Frank in the morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this may find you in the world, in the universe. It's going down in the AM. You might catch you in the PM, but it's going down in the DM. It go down.
Oh, I was thinking.
I think Gracie Corner because that's what I've
I was
listened to
thinking
lately.
Nelly.
Which one?
It's going
It's
down.
going down,
baby. Yo, sweetie, baby. Sweet, sweetie, baby. Let it go. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop. Jimmy now. Light it up and take a pop. After the morning.
Nelly had a lot of songs. I was just like, why do we like this?
Why?
I'm not gonna lie. The real talk, Pimp Juice was my
Pimp
choice.
Juice.
Yo, theme song for like 16 years.
You know what's crazy? We was just when I was hanging out with Matt, we was listening to all these early 2000 and 2007 songs, like don't drop that, hey, don't drop that. We was listening to all
That song ain't about nothing.
right. The one song, there was one song with T-Pain. I can't remember what song it was.
All of them.
And was it Booty Work? Booty Work. And Kevin Hart's just in the music video. Like, he's just walking with him, like, doing absolutely
Shake
nothing.
that laugh and tap it.
And I'm like,
that laugh and tap it. Shake that laugh and tap it.
Candy girl.
I question.
Oh, Mr. Bubblegum. Oh, Mr. Chico Stick. I wanna da. Cause she's so thick.
Girl, call me Jolly Rancher. Okay.
Right. As you evolve over time.
You know, I was singing that in 6th grade.
Y'all
That is
bad.
crazy.
Daniel was not. I was.
Just because you were innocent.
It's crazy. 6th grade.
I was out here. I was out here like great.
You ever go to Crow's Nest?
I went to Crow's Nest one time. And I'm not gonna tell you, I was like then I used to crump dance.
Oh,
And my
oh,
signature move was
bring it
a
on
split.
down.
So
When you crump it?
So what
That's different. That's different.
crazy.
Why, you
I
crump
went
it?
to the Crow's
That'll
Nest.
throw me
I
off.
used to
I'd
go
be
a
like,
couple times. I went a couple times actually, and
Oh,
I've
wow.
seen a lot. You know what? That's the thing that I need to do. I need to do a anonymous letter of all the things I've seen of other people that I don't talk to or that I know. Because let me tell you, some of y'all was wild.
That would
Y'all
be
was
fire.
wild.
A mystery letter describing somebody,
Ooh.
and then putting it out publicly to see if you can identify who this is.
Yeah,
Right?
for
That
real.
would be.
I
That would
found-
be suspicious.
Listen,
Real
Nope.
lady
I
whistle
found, yes.
Y'all be in
I'm
Niagara Falls. Everybody be like,
Lady
hold
whistle
on.
like,
down. That's,
You know, like you're trying to be a shadow. Okay, as much as you can be disappeared in a crowd. Okay,
Like
try
Waldo.
not to draw attention to yourself. So when you do that consistently, you get a little skill where people just do stuff in front of you and they don't care because they know you're not gonna say nothing. And they,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that'd be good.
and that's how church messed
So, like for example, I will write this story about we didn't get the question today yet, but this black man, this black man who is a bald man, who is a short man, and has a family with 3 children and a wife in the block of 1500. That man drives a van. That gray van was found on the corner of 22nd and Ontario in somebody else's house. That man walked inside the house, and then I saw a naked man's silhouette go across the window. So on Late Night Creek, he was located at this set person's house. Can you identify this man?
Right.
Oh, who on 22nd and that?
You know.
If you know, you know.
Listen, I got one right now.
I got one right.
There was a person next door to where I'm staying, older gentleman, 87. I seen him. I seen out the window. I was looking out the window. He comes walking across the street, ripped his shirt off, and went to this lady's house. I said, "Oh, I'm telling my grandma."
No,
I don't know what he was doing. I don't know. I don't know.
He was, man.
his prescription of Viagra.
Right, I was gonna say, it seemed like he was
And
giving
he
it the
was
best that
doing
he
what
had.
older people
Giving
do.
is the best that I got.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! It didn't even. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm about to just go on a whole tangent. I found old pictures from high school, like from class day.
Mhm.
I literally have pictures with people. I'm not even joking. That I don't like. I can't stand them. Why am I in pictures with y'all? So I'm like, was I friends with these people at one time? I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, like I looked at these
I was
pictures.
cool
And
with
no,
Yeah,
I hate that
I
person.
was friends with this girl. No way. This dude that I just thought that was so crazy to me. I'm like, why am I in pictures with these people?
Well, speaking of pictures, the question of the
day.
day is what movie traumatized you as a kid? I'll go first. The movie that traumatized me the most as a kid, I have two. First, it was Children's Play. I think that's what it's called. It's a Chucky movie. Child's Play. Chucky movie. I've never been a doll person ever, but I really stopped being a doll person right then and there. Because it was just like, well, this is kind of bad. And then Nightmare on Elm Street. But mostly because I thought it was dumb. I was more mad. I was traumatized because I was like, dang man, what if I can't win in the dream? Because in my mind was that, if I'm in a dream, especially Nightmare on Elm Street, because all the characters are like Scooby Doo characters. So they tried to pull me in with with my childhood. And then on one of the things, the dude is fighting the Fred looking character. He's like going through like a Super Mario level, and like he loses at the end. And in my mind, I'm like, if I was lucid dreaming enough that I was winning until that point, how was I losing? First time I seen him, guess what? I just grew to his size and then I knocked him out and I'm pushing it. You know what I mean? Like Freddie ain't gonna beat me in my dream. I don't care who Freddie is. I don't care what Freddie think he's gonna be. Me and Freddie would be in that dream beefing and I would be stumping Freddie out. Because I would have all the superpowers. Okay. My creativity is up there. That's all I'm saying.
I feel you on the creativity part. Also, I have to piggyback off that. Actually, Nightmare on Elm Street. We was just talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this movie 1,000,000% traumatized me because it's a burnt up man with some long scissors on his hands. That's how I took it, and I was like, he's gonna get me in my sleep, and where can I go?
I'm so slow. I never knew that he was just a burnt up man.
Yep. That's why his weakness is fire.
The whole lore of it.
Like the story of Freddy Krueger was that he was kidnapping children and doing terrible things to them.
Yeah.
And so they set his house on fire, and they like pretty much burnt him up, and he made a deal with the devil to like live.
Oh, I never heard
something like that.
Story.
Yeah. That's how it went. That's how it went. Yep.
He was just a scary looking.
No, he was already messed up because they were saying like his mom was in an insane asylum and she was raped by like 1,000 mental patients.
Oh, yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
Oh yeah,
There's a whole
deep
lore
mystery,
to it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it
Disney movie.
traumatized me for
I was
Because this movie was
traumatized me
dark.
for sure. That movie and 13 Ghosts.
Oh yeah. Oh my
13
gosh.
Ghosts
I've never finished
hell
13
out of
Ghosts.
me because that movie was just like there's stuff around you can't see, and you can only see if you wear glasses. And then they was just getting murdered by these scary looking creature demon things, and I was like, oh my god, this is real.
And that's what the conspiracy theorist was for.
Yeah.
just to find out that your uncle set you up and all that extra random stuff.
Yes.
It was terrible.
Yes.
Traumatizing movie, The Exorcist.
Oh, yeah,
I forgot about that one.
Because it wasn't
Took away my
traumatizing.
desire to life's green pea soup. But really, that was really traumatizing. Exorcist, and it sounds crazy, but Lion King.
Yeah. Traumatized
little kid, because I'm like, uncles is out here killing their brothers. Like,
that's crazy.
Welcome to the real world.
And I had to watch my daddy die. Like that's
traumatizing.
Traumatizing.
That's a fact. That's a
I
fact.
never thought about
As a
that.
child, yeah. Yeah, Mufasa, man. I used to fast forward that part. Like after I seen the first couple times, fast forward it.
Yeah.
I was traumatized. Only one movie I think is Beloved, and I don't even know the details of why. It was just really demonic for me. I wasn't even tapped into Jesus like that. I was just a little
saint. I was a little saint.
What is happening? She was just so weird to me.
Beloved was complicated.
It was very complicated. Reading a book was a lot more understanding. I was like that. I was like the movie was all over the place to me, but the book was putting things into perspective. If you
tried to read the book and watch the movie at the same time, you would confuse yourself.
Yeah, it's just
I'm
crazy,
blood,
all over the place.
I feel like it's crazy. It's funny you say about
Tony
the
Morris.
conspiracy thing because I feel like prior to my incident with, I think that's why I was traumatized, because prior to that, I've always had some weird experiences, some paranormal situations where I've
You like
seen
those?
things.
You like those kids off of Gravity Falls? I know.
I feel like the dude from what's the movie where he was dead the whole time? But thank you. That's how I feel. I feel like the kid from Sixth Sense. That's how I used to be seeing some crazy stuff when I was younger. So it was already had like issues, and then now I'm watching things where some of these things are similar and like, but they're crazy and they're killing and stuff like that. So then it just made me.
You know what movie traumatized me? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Don't judge me.
Listen to what he got to say.
Disney version at Disney, where it was like 4D, so you felt the effects.
Oh,
and they had the scene when these mice start running, and that air hit the ankles. The man in front of me, I hit him with the. My mom was like, "Sir, I am so sorry, but I destroyed his. I know you got back problems. Those things, I mean, I was kicking his shit, and I wasn't this big, but I wasn't small. I was like, because I thought it was mice running across my feet. And
That's why I don't like 4D as an adult. Like real talk.
like shake me, rock me, but don't get
don't put no air. No. We did that when we was playing with the PlayStation came out with the VR.
Mm-hmm.
So there was like a one that you can go underwater and there was like a shark and all this stuff. But me and my ex-fiance, we would set it up and put the fan right there, and we would like add extra elements to really make it seem that way. And my girl, she was just like, nope. She just ripped it off. But yeah, we used to have people scared. But I was gonna say real quick. So me and my cousin used to traumatize my little brother.
Y'all terrible people.
Not picking trauma off the trope and put it on you.
We used to traumatize him with the movie The Mummy. That's literally The Mummy is probably like one of my all-time favorites. The Mummy and The Mummy 2. I don't know which one I like better. Probably Mummy 2. It is a fight scene. But the very first one when he becomes animated, and he's just like, rah. My brother, he knew he was gonna traumatize because he's like, I don't want to watch the movie. Like, y'all always gonna scare me. We're not gonna scare you. We're not gonna scare you. And then we would fast forward to that one. And he would be like, I knew it, and start crying and run upstairs.
Y'all jerks. Jerk faces.
So I don't even think my brother watches that movie to this day because of that part.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's y'all trauma.
So that's some,
on the show.
Monsters.
And you know, I just
traumatized you as a child.
Yeah, and then I just what's that man that took the kids to the island?
What?
Right,
I was like, what?
Exactly. So they just showed
either that or Peter Pan.
No, somebody just showed a clip from like Pinocchio.
Oh yeah, Pinocchio.
I seen that. That was crazy. About Pleasure Island and taking the kids over there. I said that's crazy.
Disney was trying to tell you the whole time.
And Alice in Wonderland are the two most demented and crazy movies that Disney has come up with. Alice in Wonderland is just strictly drugs.
Well, the movie, yeah, I guess, but the story itself is it's supposed to be a story about making decisions for yourself. That's what the story was. It's supposed to be. The original story is about Alice starting off not making any decisions for herself until she gets to the end, and then she start making decisions for herself. So then, then when she leave, she stopped following everything that everybody want to do, and she start doing stuff that she wants to do.
If you just say narrow is the way, you be preaching.
Narrow was the way.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's more for me, Pocahontas
is a lie.
Well, that's why I feel like that's a terrible movie. Because it's like you saw
the music was great though.
Pocahontas character, and then she got this white man, and they in love,
always the white man,
and all this stuff, and then you find out the real story. Pocahontas is nothing like that.
No, the music was great.
Judge me about my concepts of Beauty and the Beast.
I don't judge you for Beauty and the Beast.
I agree. Beauty and the Beast.
He was a black man, then turned white.
Beauty and the Beast.
A woman who fell in love with her abuser.
Yeah, she got Stockholm
didn't
syndrome.
abuse her though.
How did he not abuse her?
He saved her and her dad.
Saved
her dad first.
Valid abuse where? No,
Screamed, yelled, told her
no.
you gonna eat with me. Banging on doors, breaking tables.
It was his house.
Stockholm.
I saved you. You're not gonna be rude in my home. I prepared this plate for you. I got my animals in my plates talking to you. We done prepared you a place. You're not about to eat with me. Come eat with me. I done saved you out of the storm with your people. You better come have this dinner with. I've been home by myself for 17 years. You better come eat with me.
That sound real aggressive.
And what's the movie with the two kids that go to the cottage in the woods?
With the witches?
Yeah.
Hansel and Gretel?
Hansel and Gretel. I feel like that's probably the darkest one to me because
that's bad.
Literally, they're putting out breadcrumbs to trap the children, to eat the children. Like that's
witches.
I mean, you know,
witches
this is
and
pretty
all
dark.
that.
You know what? Actually, a couple of these.
I told you, Little Mermaid was just irresponsible parenting.
Yeah.
And, you let your daughter marry a man after 3 days because she was whining.
Yeah.
Get yourself together.
I mean.
No, it's negligence on her part.
No, but you know,
like,
I realized
as a father of a 60-year-old daughter, tell her no. Like,
I did, but after a while, gone. Get out of my house. Bye. Okay, go ahead.
Well, if you think about it in the time frame, in the time zone, the time the movie was in, technically, you know, it was in a time where people were getting married at 16. So, you know, that's one thing. But, you know, the movie came out in the 90s, so it's like, you know what I mean?
Irresponsible.
Yeah. I feel
like as a father, I got all these kids. You the wildest one. You want to go ahead and be grown? Go ahead. Go. I try to save you. I destroyed your stuff. You still want to go ahead and be grown. You're doing what you want to do. I've been having this conversation with you for 6 years. I'm over it now. I'm exhausted and I can't. And I've done my best. And go ahead and go see what that man gonna do with you. I try to warn you and be good to you, but you don't want to listen. Don't be mad at me because you don't want to.
And this is why this kid's got aunties.
You know
my nieces like
taking them all out.
No, you're not about to come in here and then I done raised you up. I done put my due diligence. I got you under the sea. I got your sisters. We around here. It's yours to carry. You want to play with Peter Popoff?
As my man Denzel said on Fences.
Nobody listen to my home.
I don't have to.
I think I like you.
I don't like you. Do I like you? I don't gotta like you. I fed you. I put clothes on your back. I go to work. And you ask me if I like you.
Like that wasn't a toxic relationship.
And you weren't putting that.
But as a man, my thought process of I was like, it's true though. You know what I mean? And that was back. I was still a kid, you know, when that was happening. I was like, you know, that's honest. I was like, I would never act. I was like, after seeing, I was like, I would never ask if my father liked me or not because he proves every day that he loves me. Why do he have to tell me he liked me?
No, come on.
And he proved that he loved me all the time. Now, the rest of the movie is bad. Well, it's great. The movie is great. But you know, other stuff that happened in the movie is bad. You know what I mean? And the son does end up growing up and being a better person. You know what I mean? Because Denzel in that movie, the issue was that he could not change with the times. And the times was changing without him. And he couldn't deal with it.
And I just watched Mermaid. I number one, as a child, I've never watched the duration of Mermaid in its totality ever. All I know she did, gadgets and gizmos and nickels and miles. So my wife and I went to the movies on this Wednesday to go watch the Mermaid. And after she got finished singing, I was just like, and now what?
What else? Not with the sleep.
In and out of consciousness. But you know, Trident, you know, did the best that he could. I got 7 daughters. I'm trying to get you. We don't fraternize with them kind of folks.
Right.
Stay in the water.
Ariel,
don't go to the surface.
Wasn't like Ariel like his youngest daughter?
Yeah, just defiant and out of order and don't want to listen and just want to put the whole under the sea.
In jeopardy.
You got to go. We don't even talk to your Aunt Ursula like that. You over there talking to her. Get out her face. You just don't blame me. Bad parenting.
I feel like all Disney villains are literally all Disney villains. Literally, they were just one day from becoming a villain. Like I feel like they just had that one tipping point, and then they became a villain.
Well, and it related to the.
A lot of times they do be related to the characters in the movies too.
Ridiculous.
I feel like that's
family.
I knew it. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Family.
Some of the biggest enemies is literally your family. And I feel like
Simba,
it's just
Scott,
right?
Uncle Scott. Come on.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, no, for real.
We got a show called Disney.
Just
talking about Disney.
There's just some crazy. But what I was gonna say is those stories, a lot of them are the Grimm brothers and stuff like that. Is basically like watering down
everything.
That's
why
they the shadow. Remember you just said I use the shadow, but you're able to see stuff and see something going on. I feel like the Grimm brothers were always probably just present in the shadow.
That's a
and
good
this
conspiracy.
Come on, did it not?
Ooh, that was a really good conspiracy.
Don't be coming up with conspiracy on the show. Dang,
really
we only got
like
8 minutes.
Right. Like, I'm just like, okay.
But I think it's, but that's crazy because for them to be able to write things and you see all this stuff in Disney and you see how it relates to the storyline. What a creative way to we literally just said this moments ago. Writing a story without giving the details, like not putting anybody name in it, but
putting
the whole story.
The whole story is right here.
You know what?
Yeah, come on.
Listen, y'all. That's what Disney hit you with the surface of the story.
Well, no, because it goes deeper. Like, so the Grimm brothers, like I said, that's the original tales.
Yeah.
That's the real, like, because none of them had happy endings. They're all terrible endings. But if we take it even in the context of them being shadow, writing these stories about actual things happening, which coincides with
you done threw her down a rabbit hole.
Because now I'm thinking down a rabbit hole. Because I believe that like mermaids are sirens.
Freaky Friday is happening. Freaky Friday is happening this week.
Witches are real. You know what I'm saying? What else? Like all these things are actual, real. Like
Freaky Friday is happening this week.
Into a beast is like an actual thing that can happen just as much as a person turning into a pillar of salt. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good.
Freaky Fridays will return and we'll continue with great content. Listen, it's going down this morning. Let's get into a quick church mess. What we got for church mess?
So apparently you need to watch what you wear to church.
Apparently,
because an older gentleman did not know that some sexual connotations were on the back of his shirt. What did it specifically say?
Throat baby.
It said throat baby
on the back of his black T-shirt.
In the church house.
Wow. You gotta go. You gotta be careful what pantry you go to grab shirts and what helps.
Throat baby.
Can you imagine? He just up there praying to the Lord, and then the back of his shirt is just throat baby. That's rough.
I feel like his nephew got him that as a gift, as a joke.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, go on, Unc, and wear that to church.
Based on the dinginess of it,
he had it
for a while, or somebody had it for a while. He just grabbed it out and put his shirt on, and just grabbed it and left. Because
that is that
you got to be careful. Like
if it was Chris Black, I would say they set him up for real.
Like I saw, there's this shirt that the store used to sell, and it had a cut off head and it said "need head."
Right.
And
that would not be appropriate to wear to church.
You'd be surprised. you in church mess, you just got to be careful. It's not always about the undergarments. It's about the content. So that's what I have for church mess. Just be careful what you wear in the church.
I mean, I imagine somebody going to church and assuming, like, how some people just have an innocent thought process.
Yes.
They don't think, and they're not thinking about the reality. Like you
everything
go to
I
church do, and it's like I need head. Yeah, I need my head today. Like that's not what it means.
And then all the deacons come running to you after service saying, "God bless you."
Not the deacons. Be more upright, deacons.
More upright. Listen, when we get back, we're gonna get into hot mess.
Hot topic.
Hot topic. Right here on Fire 716, Big Frank in the morning, and our final thoughts. King Love Outreach Ministry presents Where Are Thy Kingsmen? Men of Valor, Saturday, June 24th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 1800 Clinton Street in the city of Buffalo, New York. The visionary evangelist Angela Miller. Hosted by Pastor Bertha Brinson. Worship psalmist Nia Badger. Speakers, Pastor Alan R. Core, Elder Frank Hanley, and Minister Malik Fuller. Tickets are $30. Food, gifts, prizes. For more information, contact 716-609-5988.
Today's teenager is tomorrow's potential regular customer. That's what the tobacco industry said about us. But what does it say about them? That they'll do anything to recruit new smokers. Like using menthol flavors to make products smoother and better tasting, so they're easier to start and harder to quit. In other words, menthol is not just a flavor. It's a way for big tobacco to attract and addict us. And there's nothing just about it. Take action at notjustmenthol.org.
I'm Rachel Stewart Johnson, the author of Shackled That Had Me Bound, owner of Beautiful Boss LLC, an advocate for abuse victims. At Beautiful Boss is where we take beauty personally, where we empower people and encourage them to be the beautiful boss they were created to be. Join the conversation with me every Thursday at 1 p.m. on Fire 716 Radio.
Fire 716, your boy Big Frank, and locked into Big Frank in the morning, good afternoon, good evening. How you feeling? How you breathing? How you moving? How you shaking? How you baking? How you laking? It's going down.
Laking. That's the thing now.
I'm laking. I don't know what that is.
Laking is a thing.
Some kind of code. Locked in the room, me, D Money Mac, Jay Sheree, Daniel, the Dark Knight, the provider. Get ready to get into a hot tea topic.
Congratulations to Matthew Graham. He's a young lawyer from Baltimore that shadowed the bar exam by scoring a 309 out of 400.
Come on, black man.
Black brilliance.
Doing greatness.
Because the bar exam is
hard as dirt.
Hard as ever. Cynthia Well, most known for her songs "You Lost the Love and Feeling," "We Got to Get Out of This Place," and who wrote "Through the Fire" for Shaka Khan, died at the age of 82.
You did good.
All right, she did good. She did good.
She did good. Listen,
that's a long time. It's a whole lifetime.
If you in the 8, you good.
That's a lifetime.
If you in the 7, you good. You know.
Another hot topic: woman is left half naked after tripping on a treadmill and having her legs sucked off of her. So her booty was out there on the treadmill.
I thought you said that she tripped and her legs
came off.
No. Her leggings came off.
Oh, I thought her legs were sucked in. Like, dang, that had to be a powerful treadmill. Like, oh my god! I'm like, dang, her legs, her leggings. My fault.
Wow.
Dang, now she was in the gym butt naked because you know she ain't wear no panties in the gym.
She didn't. So she was out there, booty out. Congratulations.
I would have gave her a jacket or something. Like, here you go. Don't worry.
Congratulations to 18-year-old Marseille Martin. She was awarded the Guinness Book of Records for the youngest Hollywood executive producer.
Hey,
Guinness been taking records?
Yeah,
I thought because the show ended, it was over.
Every day.
I ain't seen the show in so long.
Every day. I think you get paid for it too. I think.
you do get paid.
Yeah.
We need to look up a Guinness and all doing.
Do what?
And
some of them ain't really too hard to really break.
the last hot topic: congratulations to 30-year-old Jade Collins. She is the youngest woman to own a McDonald's franchise.
Okay,
Black brilliance.
Black brilliance.
So we out
money,
here. We
in that money.
What am I at? What am
I'm
I?
literally thinking in my mind. Like,
I'm 76 years old. What am I doing?
I could own.
Where's my friend?
Where's my Chick-fil-A in Niagara Falls?
Where's my restaurant?
Y'all put Chick-fil-A in Niagara Falls.
Yeah. So that's what I have for hot topics.
Listen, let's get our final thoughts to the people before we get out of here. What you got for the people?
Wear drawers everywhere you go because you never know when you're going to end up with your booty out.
There you go.
That is a good one.
That's a good one.
Unless you wear drawers that don't have booty parts.
Yeah, I guess. But at least you still got drawers. What?
So confused.
You're not about to come out with just top ring and just.
Can you imagine that? No private part, just the waistband. Like, where's the rest of your drawers?
That's just silly.
Man, are you wearing bottoms?
That's just.
Final thought is the Grimm brothers. They know something.
They know something.
Down the rabbit hole with
yes,
Deandra.
Down the rabbit hole.
That's what we're gonna change the show name. Change it to Down the Rabbit Hole with Deandra.
No, we be listening to me and Matt just be listening to the beat for Freaky Friday because that beat is fire.
Oh,
it is.
Well.
This is an emergency.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, what you got for people?
My thing for the day is don't go too deep down the rabbit hole because you just sometimes it's not worth it. Also,
it was the for me.
Also, as I think it is a Maxwell song, he said, "Love somebody, tell them how you feel, and don't hold back. You gotta live, live out, live free, but still live holy." Okay.
Okay. Big Frank.
If Jack was nimble and Jack was quick.
Two different things.
And Jack jumped over the candlestick.
Doesn't seem like that big of a deal.
You can make it through the fire. Just keep moving.
Through
You can make it over.
the fire.
Just keep moving. Jack didn't stop moving. So stop jacking up so you can move, Jack. I holler at you, Jack. Bye, Jack. Peace, Jack. To meet again, Jack. Do better, Jack.
Jack.
Jack. Peace. 506.